Hey players, welcome back to KT Gaming, your go-to channel for everything gaming and tech. In today's video, I'm diving deep into the world of Star Wars Outlaws. While there was a lot of hype and concern surrounding this game, it seems like many fans have been feeling more than a little disappointed. I'm going to explore what fans disliked about the game, the backlash the developers have received, and what aspects of the game actually managed to hit the mark. I'll be covering the story, gameplay, open world, and everything in between. But before I get into it, I want to give credit to the sources used in today's video, including insights from IGN, GameSpot, and fan discussions on Reddit and other gaming forums. Now, let me jump right into it. Let's start with the story. Star Wars Outlaws promised to deliver an original narrative set in the beloved Star Wars universe, but fans have been vocal about their disappointment. The game follows the story of Kay Vess, a new character in the Star Wars canon, as she navigates a world of crime and rebellion during the gap between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. While the premise sounds promising, many fans feel that the story lacks the depth and emotional weight expected from a Star Wars title. One of the main criticisms is that the story feels too disconnected from the larger Star Wars lore. While there are references to iconic characters and events, fans feel that the game fails to capture the epic scale and drama of the original trilogy. The story is seen as too focused on Kay Vess's personal journey, with many players expressing disappointment that they don't get to interact with more established characters or participate in more significant events within the Star Wars universe. This has led to a sense of detachment, with fans feeling like they're playing a side story rather than a key character in the Star Wars saga. Moreover, the narrative pacing has been another point of contention. Many players feel that the story drags in places with too many filler missions that don't add much to the overall plot. The lack of compelling character development for both the protagonist and supporting characters has also been a major letdown. Fans are expecting a gripping tale filled with twists and turns, but instead, they got a story that feels more like a generic space adventure than a true Star Wars epic journey. Moving on to the open world. Star Wars Outlaws was marketed as the first truly open-world Star Wars game, a feature that had many fans excited. However, the reality has been somewhat underwhelming. While the game does offer a vast galaxy to explore, fans have pointed out that it lacks the richness and detail that one would expect from a Star Wars universe. The planets, while visually stunning, often feel empty and lifeless. Many players have complained about the lack of meaningful interactions and side quests. The open world feels more like a series of disconnected areas rather than a living, breathing galaxy. This has led to frustration among players who were hoping for a more immersive experience. The repetitive nature of the open world content has also been a major gripe. Fans have noted that many of the side missions and activities are essentially the same, just reskinned for different planets. This lacks variety, which has made exploration feel like a chore rather than an adventure. Additionally, the game's fast travel system has been criticized for breaking immersion, with some players feeling like it detracts from the sense of scale and wonder that the open world should provide. On the other hand, some fans have praised the game's visuals and the attention to detail in the environments. The planets may lack depth, but they are undeniably beautiful to look at. The game also allows players to pilot their own ship and engage in space combat, which has been the highlight for many. However, these positives are often overshadowed by the overall disappointment in the open world design. Now players, I'm not even gonna lie to you, some spots in the map, I don't know if it's just me, and some planets look better than others. Like in some areas of the map you would see, or in the planet, you'd see like a spot that's not fully rendered, or just like a bunch of bugs and glitches with the graphics, which honestly, that happens in every game, but you know, this is a game that was highly anticipated and a lot of people were looking forward to it, and they were boasting about the open world and how it was going to be a great adventure. But you know, to see this and you know how big the galaxy should be, you know, or I mean how beautiful the world should be, it shouldn't be treated like that. You know, I feel like everything should have been perfected. Now let's talk gameplay. Star Wars Outlaws has a lot going for it in terms of mechanics, but it also has its fair share of issues. The game offers a mix of third-person shooting, stealth, and exploration, which should in theory provide a diverse and engaging experience. However, the execution has been somewhat lacking. One of the main complaints from fans is that the combat feels clunky and unresponsive. The shooting mechanics have been described as dated, with many players struggling with the lack of precision and fluidity in combat. The AI has also been criticized for being too simplistic, making encounters feel repetitive and unchallenging. This has been a major letdown for fans who are expecting intense and strategic battles in the Star Wars universe. Stealth mechanics, while a welcome addition, have also been a point of contention. Some players appreciate the option to approach situations stealthily, but many feel that the stealth system is underdeveloped and inconsistent. There have been reports of enemies behaving erratically, making it difficult to rely on stealth as a viable strategy. Additionally, the game's cover system has been criticized for being finicky, leading to frustrating moments during combat. Despite these issues, there are aspects of the gameplay that fans do enjoy. The freedom to explore the galaxy and tackle missions in different ways has been a highlight for many players. The ability to choose between a more aggressive or stealthy approach adds some replay value, and the game's ship combat has been generally well received. However, these positives are often overshadowed by the game's shortcomings in other areas. Now players, I have to say something about everything, like about the gameplay. So basically, right, I've seen this clip one time of a dude doing a stealth takedown, and it's like the physics are like the animation of the attack isn't like, it doesn't feel like natural. Like it just feels like you're just punching and then like an impact happens and there's like smoke and then it acts like then the stormtrooper falls. And let's let me bring you back real quick. Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor were great games, right? And I know they're totally different games, but stormtrooper armor should be ideally strong, right? If it could withstand Cal's lightsaber, like it takes like what, like I'd say 3 to 4 to 5 swings maybe to take down a stormtrooper, a basic one at that, maybe even less. But what I'm saying is, right, K-Vest should not be able to punch a stormtrooper 3 times and them to either be knocked out or die, because they're wearing armor, right? So how does that work? And in like one of the stealth animations, you're literally backhanding a like stormtrooper, and it doesn't really make sense for them to be hit and knocked out with one hit like that, like a hit like that crazy too. Like, come on. I mean, maybe it's just me, but there's no way like I'm the only one that thinks of this, like, because it's just like it doesn't feel like real or natural, you know what I mean? And the AI feels like very confusing. Like they act so like weird and strange, you know? Like I've seen this other clip where someone was fighting and the AI was like not even shooting at the K-Vest because, I don't know, it was like glitching. And it has a lot of bugs in the gameplay, which is another thing that fans don't like. But let me know your thoughts on that down below. While much of the feedback for Star Wars Outlaws has been negative, it is important to acknowledge the aspect of the game that fans do appreciate. As mentioned earlier, the game's visuals are stunning, with detailed environments and impressive graphics that could truly captivate the look and feel of the Star Wars universe. The sound design has also been praised, with an original score that fits well within the franchise, and sound effects that add to the immersion. The freedom to explore different planets and engage in space combat has also been a highlight for many players. Despite the issues with the open world, the ability to pilot your own ship and take part in dogfights has been a dream come true. The game also features some exciting set pieces and action sequences that have been well received. Additionally, some fans appreciate the focus on a new character and a new story within the Star Wars universe. While the story may not have lived up to everyone's expectations, there are also those who enjoy K-Vest's journey and the fresh perspective it offers on the Star Wars universe. Now players, I gotta say something about the space exploration. I honestly think that the game should have been like No Man's Sky. Like, I feel like going off-world should be a smooth experience. Like, I don't think there should be a cutscene every like 5 seconds, you know? Which I feel like a lot of players didn't like about Starfield. It was just a cutscene every 5 seconds. I played the game, I'm like, why is there so many cutscenes for? Isn't it like Xbox was like praising this game? They thought it was gonna be like an amazing game, but they, you know, people obviously they were wrong. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think it should be more like No Man's Sky, like just seamless experiences rather than just cutscenes? Despite these positives, the overall sentiment among fans is one of disappointment. The backlash has been significant, with many players feeling like this game did not live up to its potential. The story, while offering a new perspective, has been criticized for being too shallow and disconnected from the larger Star Wars lore. The open world, while visually stunning, feels empty and lacking in meaningful content. And the gameplay, while offering some variety, suffers from clunky mechanics and a lack of polish. Fans have expressed their frustration on social media, forums, and review sites, with many calling for the developers to address these issues in future updates. The game's reception has been mixed, with some praising its ambition but many criticizing its execution. The disappointment is especially palpable given the high expectations that were set by the game's marketing and the legacy of the Star Wars franchise. There's a sense that Star Wars Outlaws could have been so much more, a true open world Star Wars experience that fans have been waiting for. Instead, it feels like a missed opportunity, with many players feeling let down by the final product. In conclusion, Star Wars Outlaws is a game that had a lot of potential, but ultimately fell short of fan expectations. While there are aspects of the game that have been praised, such as the visuals and space combat, the overall experience has left many fans feeling disappointed. The story, open world, and gameplay all have significant flaws that have led to backlash from the Star Wars community. It is clear that the developers have some work to do if they want to win back the trust and support of the fans. Whether through updates, expansions, or future titles, there's hope that the lessons learned from Star Wars Outlaws will lead to better Star Wars games in the future. Now players, what do you think about all this? What do you not like about Star Wars Outlaws, if there's anything? Or what do you like about Star Wars Outlaws? Because honestly guys, I saw this one comment under a video that was complaining about the graphics, and the dude said, "Screw this, I'm going back to Splinter Cell. That game has better graphics than this." And I was laughing because like Splinter Cell came out in 2013. That's crazy. Like, wow. But let me know what you players think. Honestly, I didn't pre-order this one. Thank God. I'm like, yes, thank God I didn't pre-order this, because it would have been a disaster if I did. So that's why I stopped pre-ordering things, because you never know how the game will turn out at the end of the day. Now players, let me know if this is just me, but I would love to see a Star Wars game based off of like the Sith, because all the games so far have been about the Jedi and stuff, which is cool and all, but it would be great to see like a game about the Sith, for example, maybe even Darth Vader or Darth Maul, Count Dooku, General Grievous. The choices are endless. Like, we've gotten a lot of games on the Jedi and they're great. Like, I love those games, but you know, we haven't expanded into that area of Star Wars. So let me know what you guys think about that idea down below. And as always players, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more updates on all things gaming, Star Wars, and tech. And guys, all your support helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate everything you guys have been doing for me lately. Like, I've been on the grind, and it truly means a lot to me, everything you guys help me with. Until next time, may the Force be with you. Now players, thank you so much for all your support, all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers. It truly means the world to me, because I've been on the grind lately, and everything you guys do, you comment, like, it really helps me out, and I'm like, wow guys, like I appreciate it truly. Until next time, may the Force be with you.